Breaking news, Nigerians. Tinubu's inauguration, U.S. lawyer moves to block government delegation. Writes Biden on 8 reasons why U.S. should not attend. Welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. International human rights lawyer Emmanuel Ogegbe has written to U.S. President in a last-ditch effort to stop the U.S. government delegation from attending the Monday, May 29 inauguration of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Nigeria's new president. In the letter dated 26 May 2023, Ugebe of the Washington-based U.S. Nigerian lawyer law group highlighted the U.S.-Nigerian policy contradictions in light of misguided White House inauguration delegation and gave 8 reasons why the 9-member delegation led by the U.S. Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Makar Foge, should not proceed to Nigeria for Tinubu's inauguration. The letter reads, "As a top U.S. Nigerian affairs expert, I write to express grave concern and great displeasure at your planned delegation to the inauguration of a fraudulent elect in Nigeria. To say that your action is hypocritical and antithetical to Americans' democratic ideals is an understatement. Firstly, as your administration is prosecuting hundreds of insurrectionists who tried to overturn your election win, Nigeria also reports rearresting over 700 individuals for election offense. How then can you accord legitimacy to multi-state election criminality in Nigeria that exceeded even the January 6th levels? Secondly, the BBC has exposed a fake election collator who announced fake election results in Rivers State, falsely granting the ruling party victory over the Labour Party. A collator in Nigeria is similar to an elector in America. Yet, while your administration is investigating for persecution fake electors who attempted to subvert your election, you are celebrating the candidates rigged by the fake collator. According to CNN, the New York Times said some potential crimes could include falsifying voting documents, mail fraud, or potentially a conspiracy to defraud the United States. Attorney generals from the 7 states with fake electors have said that they are aware of the reports and reviewing the matter under the state law. Some referred the matter to the Justice Department because it relates to a federal election and it happens across several states. The Deputy Attorney General, Lisa Monaco, told CNN in an exclusive interview that Justice Department received the referrals and that our prosecutors are looking at those, and I cannot say anything more on ongoing investigations. Michigan, the Attorney General, Dana Nassel, a Democrat, has publicly said she is confident we have enough evidence to change people under state law for forgery of a public record and other crimes. Thirdly, Nigeria's 2023 election violence was deadlier than the General Buhari's military coup 40 years ago. Then, the 2015 elections, and even then, the June 6 insurrection, making a mockery of your descriptor of him as a champion of democracy. Fourthly, your government announced sanctions on unnamed officials for undermining democracy in Nigeria's election. then immediately announced a high-level delegation to the inauguration of the vote rigger. This classic one step forward, two steps backward is just the latest irritation of Americans' schizophrenic Nigerian policy. It is tantamount to commending a rapist than going to attend the premiere of the rape video he shot. Sadly, this is not just about Americans or whatever Chinese, African checkers picturing. This has been the bipolar policy since the Clinton administration to the present. During your period, Obama, Biden administration, you designated the leaders of terror group Boko Haram as terrorists, but refused to designate the group itself as a foreign terrorist organization, despite the fact that it attacked American diplomats and the FBI larger attached and Jennifer Dent in deadly suicide bombings. Your administration covered up the attacks on these American women in Nigeria, which happened during your first tenure. Till this day, and only designated Boko Haram in the second tenure, which your current Deputy Attorney General, Moniko, who was pro-FTO designation, moved from DOJ to the White House, and I led a human rights campaign to designate it via U.S. operational action. Why is your administration again engaging in cognitive dissonance by denouncing the rigging and embracing the rigger? Fifthly, the Nigerian presidential election not only did not meet global or local standard, it probably did not meet constitutional thresholds. Like the U.S. Constitution on which it was molded, the Nigerian elections have mandatory thresholds similar to the popular and the electoral college requirements. In the case, candidates must have 25% of votes in 25 states and the capital. Nigeria's ruling party did not obtain 25% in the capital. Okay? Nigeria's ruling party did not obtain 25% in the capital as required by the constitution. In the same way that you could not lawfully have been declared president in 2022 without securing 217 electoral votes, no one could be lawfully declared president in Nigeria's February elections without winning 25% in the capital, Abuja. So why is the U.S. legitimizing or conscionable unconstitutionality that wouldn't have stand in the U.S. more so when a lot of taxpayer funds were invested in Nigerian election system? Sixthly, the U.S. more than any other country knows that there is not just a problem with the process, but a problem with the person thrown up by the fraudulent elections. The U.S. has a receipt of Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu's reported drug trafficking involvement, suspected ID thief, multimillionaire dollar money laundering, New York property acquisitions, alleged forgery, etc. is over a quarter century serial crimes spree in the U.S. A word is enough for the wise. History will judge every action of man than the ultimate. So guys, let's quickly hear from you. What's your take on this? Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Thank you for this coming out here. God bless you. Bye for now.